Hello, Teaquilters. Welcome to Wednesday, February 1st, 2023's first chat in the month of February. So let me pull you guys up on my cell phone here so I can read the chat comments. I hope everybody is having a great day thus far. So let's see. Go to my page. Pull you guys up. Just a minute. Okay, so I'm hoping that by just automatically going in and out of chat that it is going to work. Let's see. How much power do I have? Yes, we're okay. So, let's see. Who's in the chat tonight? Let's see. We've got Teresa McCormick. I got my remote here. I was looking at television. Beb Dixon, Melina Montoya, Lena Dean, Damali J, Brenda Foley, June Hanson, Veronica C. Let's see. Betsy Layton, Judy Smith, Phyllis G, Vivian Calvey, KD Crafts, Francis Jackson, Kevin the Quilter, Diane 57, Elaine Doucette, Irish Lady, Jason Lewis, Beverly Aikens, Bonita Nans, Lily S., Sea Joy Creations, Judy Hebert, Kathleen Champ, Like So Like That, Damali J, Judy, Around To It, and Remo JS. Also reminding people to hit the thumbs up button. Thank you so much. Let's see. Just trying to make sure I got everybody here. Miss T, I checked Gmail account, did get an email from you for receiving me in the Bohel new sew along. Yeah, I think you were just $5 short, so I was trying to get that straightened out. Wash Your Hands is here. Cynthia Field also reminding people to hit the thumbs up button, so thank you. And Zandra Oldham is here, and Miss Topaz. So welcome everybody. Wednesdays we basically chat anyway, so I'm not all the time looking for something to do on this channel. But today I thought I would tell you about my funny day yesterday. and just call it a story time. Helena Carter's here. And Beverly is just sending prayers for healing. So thank you so much. So yeah, so I okay, just trying to see what's coming through here on the chat list here. Mine's is a little bit delayed than everybody, so I get them kind of late sometimes. So I thought I would tell you about that. And in that particular story time, I do have a little small haul. And I also ordered something from a little packet here from Bernina Jeff. So I'll talk about that. And then I also want to do birthday shout outs. I'm not going to do any birthday drawings, but I only had 3 people anyway for the month of February. But in 2023, I'm not doing any actual birthday drawings anymore, but I will do birthday shout outs. So that's our agenda for today. Cynthia Shades here from Chicago. Sheila Willis saying good evening to you and all quilters. Pete Gilliam's here. And Melina talking about she just realized she said happy Monday and she meant now it's happy hump day. I didn't read any of the comments, so I completely missed that. Just trying to get things in here. So if you have a birthday in the month of February, go ahead and post it in the chat in the comments. And if I see it, I'll try to remember to give you a shout out as well. Wash Your Hands saying that her son's birthday is this month on the 6th. So that's pretty cool. And June's already saying happy February birthday, babies. Beb talking about woohoo, big or small. I love a good haul. Yes. Deborah Quilts, I got you already. She's in the chat. And people are already saying happy birthday to the quilty people. They're Bonita Nance doing that, and also Beverly Aiken. So thank you guys. So we'll do that because I just want to wait for people to get in case they miss it. But what I will do is I'll just go ahead and show you what I got from Bernina Jeff. I really only wanted one thing, and it was just stupid for me to have them ship the one thing that I wanted. So I'll show you that last. I was just trying to get like a $20 order. So let's see if this has totals on it. Nope. But I didn't spend that much on this order. I got his by 5 yards license plate Robot World because, you know, one of these days before I'm 99, I'm going to actually put together some kind of a Robot Row quilt. So I've been buying like license plates or people's Robot Row if they still have any, even if it's old. This one doesn't have a year on it. I do like it because it does have the music symbol on it. I like music. And so that's pretty cool. What I really wanted was I have one of these little flat screwdrivers that I use. This side has nothing on it, and then this side over here has a little screw. And what I use it for is to take off my needle plate on my baby lock machines. So he had one for baby lock, and then he had one for another machine. I'm not sure which one it was. I can't remember if it was just other machines other than baby lock. But I just want to test this to see if it works. And if it works, then I'll order another. So this is what I really went on there to order. And this is Bernina Jeff. Via his Shopify account. And then this last thing I got, I just thought that I would try it. It's the credit card knife where it comes. It's in a package. So this is one side, that's the other. And what it does is it turns into a little bitty knife. And I have no idea how it folds. So let's hope that it's idiot proof here. See, I don't even know how to use it. So I'm going to have to go watch his video again. But since I was in there, I thought that I would go ahead and order this. And what it's good for, I can see this little thing here. Oh, it turns. And see, then it turns into a little knife right there. And then what you use it for is you can get flat through here when your threads are stuck with the bobbin. When you have a thread jam, you can get through there and just cut it kind of flush. So I just got it. Just because I was in there, not because I need it, because I think your seam ripper will also do the same job, but you never know. So I just went ahead and bought it since I was there. Like I said, I got these 3 items and I don't think I spent too much money. I'm thinking around $20-$25 with the shipping at max. So, and I just got the one thing that I really wanted. I have plenty of Bernina oil, so I didn't need that. So I was just trying to support. I watched the channel, so this was just another way of supporting his channel as well. He's with High Fashion Sewing Machines and Quilt Shop in Grand Junction, Colorado. So that's that. And I don't want to lose this, so I'm just going to sit it on my rulers. Let's see who else has come in. Maddie Barnum. She says music was for 2018. Okay. Thank you, Betsy. I know she was following it. Okay. Joe Carmel Perkins is here. Leetta Bryant. And Susan T. Janet Cahill. She's saying that Joe Carmel saying she has a couple of duplicate row by row license plate from California quilt shops. Let me know if you want them. Sure, send them. I'm just making a list when I travel. Sometimes I'll pick them up and then I try to put everything in my computer so I don't get duplicates, but we'll see. And Bonita says that's a good tool. So yeah, I haven't tried it or used it yet, but at least I figured out how to open it. Tom Whittick Eckery is here. Making sure you all hit that thumbs up button from Tom. So thank you, mate, sir. I was going to say thank you, mate. I'm like, where are we going? All right. Thank you, Joe Carmel. So, all right. Irish lady says, I use a Bernina 475Q and a Baby Like Jazz too. What Bernina do you use? I have the 770. I have the embroidery portion of it as well. I have only used it just for testing. I haven't done any embroidery on here. I still use my Baby Lock Elissimo to do most of my embroidery just because it's easier to get into. It doesn't take as many commands as my Bernina does. But I do love stitching on the Bernina. I like some of the features on it. So yeah. Story time. Yesterday. Now, I have told you all that I'm in the process of doing a lot of longworm quilting. I normally don't quilt in the month of January, and some of my people know that. However, I didn't quilt in the month of December. So because of various things going on, and then me also getting sick from, I think I got a respiratory virus from being in the hospital with family that were in the hospital. So I didn't do much quilting in December. So I've had quilts since November that I've been starting to give back to people. And I'm also in the process of people that start off knowing that I'm going to start back quilting in February have been saving their tops and getting them to me. So I picked up quilts on, let's see, Friday, picked up 4 quilts, queen to king size from somebody, I delivered 4 quilts and then picked up 4 quilts Saturday at Scrap Quilting Club. And then yesterday I picked up more quilts and decided, I also went to the post office. So I did the post office run, went and picked up the quilts, and then I realized where I was. And then I remembered that I had seen on a Facebook ad, not in a group, not on Marketplace, that there was some shop in Belleville, Illinois that was closing. And the name of it is Ben's. Hey, T. Roberts. The name of it is just Ben's. And once I got there, I fully understood what the name meant. It reminded me of an older Ben Franklin store, except that since they were announced that they've been closing for the last month, it wasn't quite as packed as a normal Ben Franklin store would be. So, I was more downtown St. Louis. And so I decided, well, this is probably the closest you're going to be to Belleville picking up quilts. Why don't we just see if we can find where this place is in Belleville, and then we'll just hop on over there and see. Because it was about like a 40 to 45-minute ride from my home. And I thought since I was already downtown, maybe it wouldn't be too many more miles for me to be to be going. So yes, Jason Benz is closing, and I have no idea when their last date is. And so he knows what I'm talking about. So I had never been there. So I'm driving over there and I'm looking at places trying to figure out where can I eat. I saw a Panera Bread sign somewhere. And then I just, kept driving. I'm starving by this time because all I intended to do was run to the post office and then go pick up quilts and come on back home and eat. And you all know that I'm on a different eating schedule than everybody else. So it's about, I don't know, about 1:30ish, going on 2 maybe. And I'm looking at places. First, there wasn't many places because of the route that I had to take to get there. And then when I saw a place, I go, I don't know if I really want Panera Bread. So I kept going. And then I ended up being at the place. It was a nice little town of Belleville. Their downtown area was really neat, a little downtown area. And of course, I passed the place up because I was doing what the GPS told me, and it was taking me in front of the building where the parking lot ended up being on the side of the building. So I had to drive around, you know, go one block, turn, go one block, turn, go one block, turn, and then I go one block to turn again, and I turned into a one-way street. Okay. So then I had to back up out of there, even though the parking lot was only another 20 feet. Here come a car down the street. And I had to back up out of there, go down to the second block to come back around so that I could hit the side street where I could park on the free parking lot. Because, like I said, it was downtown Belleville and they had parking meters on the street. So if you parked on the street, then you had to pay. And this particular lot was a public lot that you could park on. It didn't necessarily say it was a lot for Benz. It just said it was free public parking. So that's exactly where I wanted to go because I wasn't sure how long I was going to be there. And thank goodness I did. Okay. So I go around the parking lot, put my car in park. Soon as I put that car in park, something said to me, I don't think you got your wallet. And I was at home before I left trying to make sure that I was ticking off all the things that I needed for these runs that I had to make, right? So then I didn't plan on spending any money. So I guess that's why my wallet didn't pop into my head. I hardly ever carry a purse. I put my wallet on me or in my coat pocket or something like that, especially in the winter months. I hardly ever carry a tote bag. So, and I don't leave my wallet in my coat because it depends on the weather in St. Louis as to what particular coat or jacket I'm going to need for that day. So, believe you me, I parked this car. As soon as I put that car in park, I don't have any money. So, okay. Survivor T always has money in her car. So what did I do? I started going through my whole entire car. I'm a parking lot looking for money. Now I have a few coins, but guess how many dollars I found? Just 2. So I have like depleted my car, I guess since like 2000. I usually always have money in my car, but I guess since 2000, I haven't really paid attention to money and all of that. And I guess I've used all of my disposable cash. That's for little impromptu trips like this. So I have only $2 in my car. So I'm like, you know what? This was a very long trip. It was almost like a 40 to 45-minute ride over there. And then I got to take this ride back. And then if I decide to come back, I'm like, this is too much. I tell you what, I'm just going to go in the store and see if it's even worth coming back for. Because I had never been in the store. At this point, I'm not sure what's in the store. I didn't even know that it was resembling an old Ben Franklin store. I know none of that. So I said, you can at least, go in the store. So I did. And Katie says, I have emergency money in my car, just enough for a little gas and a quick lunch. Girl, I couldn't even eat if I wanted to unless they had some kind of electronic form of payment. So I go into the store. I can see the fabric section because, like I said, nothing was piled really, really high. You had a clear view all the way to the back. And I'm assuming it's because they've been depleting stuff. And so, but it still had stuff, but it wasn't like a full Ben Franklin type store where you've never been able to see the back wall when you walk into any Ben Franklin store that I've been into. So, they have so much stuff and it's piled high up on shelving. And so I was like, okay. I walked in, very nice lady on the other side of the counter. She was like, pricing stuff. And she said hello. She was the cashier, but she didn't have anybody in line. So she was multitasking, which I really like. And she said, took the time to say hello. And I go ahead. I say hello and then I keep on going because I know exactly where I'm going. I don't have to ask any questions. So I go on back to the back wall. They had like a back wall with an L and then one full shelf, like back in front, a freestanding shelf, a row. And that was all the fabric that they had. So I'm like, okay, it's a good thing that I came in here. So as I'm starting to walk around, I see that they have a lot of Moda Bella solids, which were nice. They that was pretty cool. And then I saw they had like some boutique fabrics, and I said, well, let me see what the prices are on the fabric. And all of their fabric is $12.99 a yard. So it's regular quilt shop rates for fabric there. But they had signs up that all fabric was 40% off. So if you had $12.99, your fabric was $8.40, somewhere in that neighborhood. So I calculated that pretty quick. So I went ahead and looked at both sides of the wall because the stuff on the outer wall wasn't like quilt cotton. It might have been notions or other stuff. I can't remember what was on those walls because all of a sudden I saw a few pieces of grunge. Now y'all know how much I love grunge, and I don't care if I have some. If you can get grunge for under $10 a yard, it's time. Now is the time to get grunge, right? So I found one, two, three, four, five bolts of grunge, but I'm only interested in purchasing some from three of the bolts. But I don't have any money, so I still haven't touched any fabric. And so I walk up to a lady that's at a back counter who does the cutting. I just asked her, do you all accept any forms of electronic payment like CashApp, Venmo, Zelle? And her answer is no. We accept Apple Pay though. I'm like, okay, I don't have Apple. I have an Apple iPad, but I don't have anything else in my repertoire that's Apple. So I go, do you all, she said, well, if you got Android phone, we accept Google Pay or Samsung Pay. So I'm like, okay. Hi Yolanda. Hi Shirley. Hi Mona did what? So I'm like, okay, I'll go through Samsung Pay. I'd rather go through Samsung Pay than go through Google Pay, right? So, and she's like, well, you need to know your banking information. I say, okay, I know that by heart. I know my checking account by heart. So I'm like, this is great. So I go up in the app for some Samsung Pay, or they call it Samsung Wallet now, my wallet or something like that. And I go in there and they got all the credit cards you can add, credit, debit cards, other different ways. They had PayPal in there. And so I decided, okay, I'll go ahead and go through PayPal because all I got to do is just hook through PayPal, put in my password, and then I can be in. Now, I'm in this store by now, maybe 20, 30 minutes and haven't touched a piece of fabric. I just see something that I really want, okay? So Oh my goodness. So I had to first download the app because I don't have those type of apps on my phone. And I never intended to ever use my phone to pay for anything. So I've never downloaded anybody's app for doing that. I purposely don't put my credit card information into stuff, especially any apps, because they'll charge you for stuff accidentally, like in the games apps where you say you want to buy these coins and all of this kind of stuff. So I purposely don't put my credit card information anywhere. So that was one of the reasons I didn't want to use any type of Google Pay. But anyway, I'm in the store trying to figure out how to get this PayPal to download, and everything on the screen is saying it's fine. They sent me a code. I put the code in, and then once I put the code in, I could see my PayPal credit card sitting there. Okay. And so I go to click on it, and it won't let you know how you go to verify. You have to verify on the screen in the app. You got to verify whatever form of payment that you're using, and it has my email address kind of faded out, and I cannot click on it. And so I'm trying to verify the PayPal thing. And then up under that, it had a thing that says call bank. So what did I do? Because I'm in the store and it's important that I buy this grunge fabric, right? So I call PayPal's bank. Okay. I get this guy and he tells me that he says it's being held up. And this is so crazy because I'm talking. And first I was talking with the phone up here, and now I'm talking with it very low on speakerphone. But I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to be holding it up here. My arm's starting to hurt because I've been on, working with this phone for a while now. So he's telling me that, yeah, it was great you called because we need to verify that it's you. And you got to go through all PayPal security stuff to make sure that it's you. And so then he tells me that on his end, he has now approved it. And so I go back into the app and the app is not showing that it's been approved. And I said, I tell you what, I'll just go out of the app. And I'm still talking to this guy. We're about 10 minutes in. So that's like another 10 minutes now. And so I'm here about 40 minutes, still haven't touched a piece of fabric. And he tells me, okay, close the Samsung wallet and then reopen it, which I did. And then I go into where I'm supposed to pay. It's still saying that I need to call bank. Nothing has been confirmed. And so then I close Samsung Pay. I close my PayPal because I had that app open so that I could get the verification codes and stuff that I needed. So I closed everything, and then I went in through PayPal so that I can see, because on PayPal end, it's showing that I have Samsung wallet. So then I click on it from PayPal. It takes me back to the Samsung wallet. And I still have that same screen that I can't verify the freaking card. It will not send an email to that address. And I'm wondering if it's because, well, that's weird because it sent it to my Discover, and it has, sometimes email, I don't know what you call them. Email servers kick out Teaquilts because it's not a common.com, like AT&T.com or, your major businesses.com, and Teaquilts.com, the major businesses don't know what that is. But every once in a while, I have that issue with somebody's email server. But anyway, I tell the man, I said, well, let me hang up. I'm going to reboot everything on my phone and make sure everything is right. So I do that. You know how long it takes for you to reboot your phone? You got to get everything back going. Takes, everything's got to boot up. So another 2 or 3 minutes, I go back in through Samsung Pay. It still got the same crap sitting there. Of course, I can't delete this thing that's sitting there either. That's the other frustrating thing. I couldn't delete it. And then one time it did pop up and said that my card needed to be verified, but it never let me click on that particular card so that it could send the verification. So I called back to PayPal. So I'm in the store now, going on 50 minutes, still haven't touched a piece of fabric, but I'm determined that I got to get this thing set up, right? So I called back to PayPal. They, in some kind of way, I got to security. And after I had gone through the whole spiel and talked to the guy, and he even went into the account and looked, And then he tells me, I'm security. I don't know how you got to this department. Let me transfer you. So now I'm transferred again. So I'm on my third person with PayPal. And then I get to this lady and she looks at it and she says, from our end, everything is a go with your Samsung wallet. Now, there is nothing that PayPal can do. I don't know what Samsung wallet is doing with my PayPal account, but it will not let me use it. So I thank the lady very profusely, in my head, promising not to call back. But I never did get the PayPal into my cart. So then I'm still walking around and I'm like, I got to make the phone call I don't want to make. And then I call my husband. I'm like, hello. I left my wallet at home. Can you please do me a favor and read me my Discover information so I can pay for something electronically? he has to. He's downstairs watching television in his man cave. He comes up here, finds my wallet, reads me the information. He's giving me a wrong 3-digit code, and I go, no, that is not my 3-digit code. So he's having to look for the 3-digit code. It was just one of those fluke things because I'm sure sometimes he's watching television, it's watching him. So I probably had woke him up, and then it took him a minute to find the 3-digit code. So this is just, I'm involved, and I'll call PayPal twice. I don't talk to 3 people in PayPal, and now I'm with my husband trying to get a whole different credit card. So I ended up putting in my Discover information. Discover went right through like it should. Discover sent me a thing to confirm. And then when I got to that same screen in Samsung Pay, it now had both of my cards there. And then I clicked, it let me click on Discover to verify, but it wouldn't let me ever click on the PayPal to verify. So that was just very strange and weird. But anyway, that's my story time. How determined that I was going to buy me some grunge fabric yesterday because I absolutely needed it, apparently. Okay. So this is just too funny. Hey, Ray. Yesterday was Ray's birthday. I called his birthday on the January birthday shout outs, but we had a birthday party for him. Well, we had family and friends. We had a party for him at my sister's house on Sunday, so it was really nice. And Kathleen talked about, I guess, right, but I thought you used that car cash recently for something else just a while back. Either way, right. I don't know, girl. I don't hardly drive and go that many places. And so I guess one thing that I will be doing is I'll be back to replenishing the cash that's in my car. And I put cash in different spots just in case somebody come get me and get my wallet. I can always have decent amount of money that I can get back home because I'm always traveling, and especially when I'm doing quilt lectures and stuff like that. But it was just hilarious to the amount of time that I went through. Hello, Yolanda Hale. How much time I went through, Rhonda Barlow, Shirley Peters, just so that I can get some grunge fabric. Now, I was really, really good. They had, like I said, they had 5 grunge pieces and I only got 3. So let me show you the 3 I got. They had this pretty yellow, and it's got like orange, and I want to say purple, but it could be beige in here. And then some, I said orange, and then a little bit of whitish, I guess. But I'm thinking it could be like tan color. And the number on this grunge, they do have numbers. That's nice. 30150. And and they only had 3 yards of this, so I bought the entire 3-yard piece. So that in itself was $8.40 per yard for times 3. So I got that. And then this grunge here is a red. And let's see what its colors are. It's got a little like black to gray to pink and a little bit of brown. The number on this one, oh, they're all 30150. I'm sorry. So they don't have numbers on here. So you're not going to be able to find the names because that's the same name I just read to you. And then on this boat, they happen to have 6 yards, and red is my favorite color. So I just decided to go ahead and get that. And I do have some other grunge. It could be the same reds, different reds, because they have a lot of different colors of grunges. But it doesn't matter because it's red. I can always use red grunge. So that was 6 yards. And then the last piece of grunge that I got was this orange piece. And no, so she's saying, oh, I had 3.88, so almost 4 yards on the yellow then. I thought it was 3, so it was almost 4 yards. And then they had this orange one. It's a pretty orange, and they had about 8 yards on the boat, but I ended up just getting 4. It has like a dark brown, a medium brown, red, and then a little bit of like, what color? Like coral, a little bit of coral. So that's this other grunge. And I just bought 4 of the 8 yards of this one. So I am a grunge girl. I love grunge. So I ended up buying those. And then as I was checking out, I noticed that they had like 5 or 6 quilt backs. And the only reason it caught my attention is because I have one customer that I do buy her quilt backs for her. And she just had me buy her quilt backs. She sometimes likes polyester batting. So I have to buy batting as needed for her quilt. So I had actually gone on to Joann's. I ordered quilt backs for one of her quilts, and she had 3 more. And so I just went on there, went back over to where I was because it was just like 5 steps away from where I was cutting. And I got this one, but I don't know if I'm going to give it to her. I actually like this one. And it's by Windham Fabrics and Whistler Studios. You know, they don't have a whole lot on these fabrics anymore. Style number 50490D. Now, I read the boat trying to make sure that this was not what do you call a digital print. So I'm hoping that this is not a digital print. And the funny thing is, I thought this didn't have hot colors in it, and it does. It's because it's folded that I couldn't see the hot colors. I'm just seeing it now. So this is the 108, and it's an ombre. And then on this side, you have the purple. So it gets darker. But I see, which I'm not going to be able to show you a lot of, is that the other color is in the middle, and I didn't know that. I thought it was just the warm color. So that's good because I like all the colors on the rainbow spectrum. So these here, I bought what they had left, and I don't know which fabric from which right now. One of these backing fabrics is 3.5, and one is 4 3/8, so 4.5. So I bought this backing, and then I only bought one more piece, and then I got out of there because, yeah. And like I said, I wasn't looking at the regular fabrics. The regular fabrics were just okay. The only reason I bought stuff was because they had the grunge line, and then these 108s. When you have something that's $18 a yard, and then you got 40% off. I think I paid $10 and something for these. So buying a backing for $10 a yard is cheap backing. So I bought 2. Like I said, they had about 5 or 7, but they were god awful ugly. I'm not kidding you. So there isn't anything else in the backings that I would even recommend. Like I said, they only had 7. And I bought this one and this. I bought all of them yardage they had. And this one is I gotta find the selvage in. Here it is. Is that it? It's called newsprint. See who the fabric person is. Windham Fabrics again presents Story by Carrie Bloomstone for such designs newsprint pattern number 41946. And it's just a newsprint and one of those generic generic prints you can get. And even though it's black, it's not like a true, I guess it's black, but it's kind of like a brown undertone black and then kind of a gray background. So it's not like truly uh, a black and white per se, but that's what it kind of looks like. But the more you look at it, you start to get more color in here. So I thought for that price that this could also be a quilt backing. So yeah. So that's what I ended up getting at Ben's in Belleville, Illinois, going out of business sale. They do have, like I said, they had a front and a back freestanding wall that was all 100% cotton. And then on that end piece on the front was where I found the backing fabrics. But like I said, the other ones that were left, like they were white something, because I remember seeing something there that wasn't cotton. And then they had maybe one more bolt that was cotton, but it was kind of like some kind of old stylish fleur-de-lis type thing. I didn't get that. I didn't know, it wasn't one of those backings that I could use almost on anything, so I didn't get that. But that was my shopping experience. I'm going back home, and now that I know I'm hungry, now that I know that I'm hungry, I see all kinds of food places and places that I can eat on the way back. Okay. But I just said, child, just keep it moving. And I do know some places do accept, like I know Panera takes um, virtual pay, on the phone. But I just wasn't in the mood for any of that. I just came on back home and everything was fine. So it ended up working out in the end. So thank you, June says, I love both of those backings. And Jason, hey, Carla Ford. Till you did some damage. Yes, I did. I was I think for these 3 pieces of grunge, which was, let's see, I'm looking at the $12.99. So I'm just gonna round 388 up to 4. So I had 14 yards of grunge. I think that would have probably cost me $200 right there. And then I had 3.5, so 8 yards of backing, and I spent just a little over $200 with tax. You got to remember tax, and Illinois has a higher tax rate than the Missouri side. That's why a lot of Illinoisans, they come over to Missouri to buy their gas if they're close. They just don't even bother buying gas in their own state, those that are close to us. And Missourians, we always know whenever you're going to Illinois, make sure you got a full tank of gas, because we don't want to spend our money over there either on gas. So they have a higher tax rate than we do because of stuff that happened to them years ago. So, but yeah, so that's my story time story that I was determined to bring home this grunge. Okay, determined. I didn't really care as much about the quilt backing. Like I said, I didn't see them until I was getting my grunge cut. And they had 2 other grunges. It was like one was green, had browns in it, and then the other one was brown, had some speckles of green or something in it. And they were just very dark and manly, and I just didn't want those particular grunge. They didn't have anything like reproductions. So I don't even know if I would go back, because like I said, their quilting fabrics were just basic, nothing fantastic that I just had to have. It was just that I wanted the grunge. So, and I didn't see but the 2 other bolts of grunge that I left. Plus, I left 4 yards of this orange grunge, or about, because I don't know what was on the boat. I can estimate what's on a boat. So, I think it was close to 8 yards on that boat. Hey, Sandy Agger. Um, Betty Ward says, I got 2 yards of the yellow and orange. I live 15 minutes away from Ben. Yeah, see, she was reasonable. She just went in and bought a couple yards, but no. I try to get at least 4 yards of grunge if I'm going to use it as a background of something to make sure I have enough. And if it's leftovers, then it can just go into scrappy quilts or something small. But I always try to start with 4 yards because I find sometimes when I'm doing backing, using something for backgrounds, I need like 5 to 6 yards of that particular background. It just depends on how much print that pattern that I'm using has other fabrics in it. I had one quilt top where I was using 6 yards for a queen size quilt. 6 yards of it was background fabric. Um, a lot of people love the ombre fabrics. Sounds like a day I would have had. Glad you survived and can laugh about it. You had quite an adventure from Betsy. Yes, I did, girl. I was determined. And like I said, this was one of those little impromptu things. But it was just so ironic that the second I put that car in gear, now the whole time I'm driving over there, nothing ever said you don't have your wallet. And I go, girl, you got to have your wallet. So of course you start frisking yourself. And then I started going through every compartment and place that I saved money, looking for either my wallet or some money, and nothing. $2. I said, oh Lord, girl, you broke. $2. So that was pretty funny. Let's quickly do February birthday shout outs before we get off of here. Like I said, I only had 3 February birthdays. If anybody has a birthday in February, drop it down in the chat now, and then I can add you on here. Helen Finaldi says, ooh, we missed that road trip. You did some damage. Yeah. I didn't, it wasn't bad. It could have always been worse had I really fell in love with a lot of the prints that they had. But they bought a lot of Moda stuff, and I'm not a true Moda person anymore. I have some Moda stuff in my stash, but as far as me outright purchasing Moda, I just have not been with their brands. I know all of their lines do not have florals and stuff, but I have so many florals that I don't want to buy another one. So I tend to just stay away from the Moda lines. Not that that's all they do, but that's mostly what I see when I see their designs come out. So I've kind of fallen away from Moda. Nicole. I got you, T. Are they doing online shopping or only in store? I have no idea. I'm going to assume that it's only online shopping. I mean, in store shopping, because I just can't see how and what they're selling that they can put that type of stuff online when it's going out of what in the world? Oh, um, I don't see how they can keep up with inventory because it's changing so fast based on people being in the store. And yesterday it wasn't like really, really crowded, but it was a steady flow of people in and out. So I think that the sale is going good. Hi, Sharivia Henderson. Sharivia Henderson. So yeah, I just don't see how they could even keep up with inventory and package stuff up as fast as as fast as the stuff is going off the shelf. Because I know if it was my business and somebody's in the store buying it, I'd be getting rid of it that way. And like I said, it's probably going to increase the percent off it's going to probably increase, and it could have increased today, being February 1st. I was in there on the 31st. But I just know that when I see grunge, anything under $10, I'm just going to buy it if I like the colors, because I like that particular fabric. And I know that it's very difficult to buy it for any less than $10 a yard if I'm shopping online. And if you're in the store, you're going to pay the $13 for it. So the fact that I just like the colors, they're usable colors that I can use. I left the colors that I didn't think were usable colors for me. So it wasn't like I was just buying any grunge because it was $8.40 or something. Let's see what I paid per yard, because I have so many numbers in my head. So I'm just going to say 13 times 0.6. So I actually paid $7.80 a yard. It got cheaper. The $18 backings was $10.80 a yard. So just say $11 a yard and $8 a yard for my fabric, especially by the time you add tax back on. So let's go ahead and do the birthday shout outs. As you all know, I don't do drawings anymore for the birthday shout outs. I was doing them ever since 2020, part of the COVID thing. And so I've done it for 2 years, and I've decided that I started in like 2019, actually. So I did it for quite a few years. And I have decided that I am no longer going to be doing drawings for them, but I do not mind doing birthday shout outs. So if you want me to ever add you to the birthday shout out list, just go ahead and give me your birthday and send it to me via email at teaquilts@teaquilts.com, and I will gladly do that. I do it on the first Wednesdays of the month. And I've only forgotten one time, maybe, but that's when I normally do the birthday shout outs, the first Wednesday of the month. So here we go. February birthdays. We got on the 5th, we've got Nicole Baldwin. She's here. So happy birthday to you. On the 11th, we've got Deborah Hammond. Happy birthday to you, Deborah Hammond. Rhonda Barlow James, I think, also is here. I think Deborah's here too. Her birthday is February 12th. So happy birthday, Rhonda. Janet Cahill just put hers in on February 19th. Happy birthday to you as well. And Gwen Roberts, which is T Nunny Roberts, in the post is the 19th of February as well. So happy birthday to you, T. And on the 28th is Shervia Henderson. Your birthday is February 28th. So have a happy birthday. So happy birthday to all of the February quilting babies. Hope you enjoy your month. Have fun. My daughter's birthday is also in February on the 16th. So she shares birthday month with you guys as well. So you all have a lot of fun. I know I do. I love my birthday. I used to celebrate my birthday for the whole month. And I don't know how I got down to just a few days now, but I think I might start back celebrating the entire month. Now, I have a cousin, and I don't know if this is true in every major area, but she says there are so many places that do free things that you don't even have to spend any money. Like, she gets free ice cream, free desserts, and all kinds of stuff from places, and she doesn't even have to spend any money during her birthday month. So I think this year I'm going to contact her early before my birthday and see where she finds this information at, because she cracks me up. She's on there doing her birthday month, and she's posting something almost every day of something that she got for free for her birthday. So I think that's really cool. And I've never done that. So I think that would be something fun to do. Thank you, Damali, just saying congratulations to you and your grandbaby. Thank you, Carla, saying I got an excellent deal on the stuff. Well, I went through some drama to get it, though. And like I said, it could be 50% off today. Like I said, I went on the 31st. So that's something to be to look at too. I was there, and by the time I spend more money for gas and time to go back again, um, I would have spent that money anyway. So, and like I said, by the time I had gotten all this stuff to pay, I probably was in that store about, I don't know, going on an hour, 15 minutes before I even got myself situated to be able to even pull the bolts that I wanted. And the whole time I was talking on the phone, I was just kind of walking up and around this one freestanding thing that had the cotton fabric, not free, had the cotton fabric, because they had other fabrics too. They even had some panels. I didn't even touch the panels. I didn't even want to look at them, because I was trying not to buy a whole lot of stuff anyway, because I don't need a whole lot of stuff. But I knew I wanted the grunge fabric, and I knew I always need backing, because I still probably have about 30, 40 quilt tops of my own that even needs quilt backing. So whenever I can find something like that, then that's what I'll tend to do. Benita says she went on a road trip on her birthday, mentioned it to fabric stores and ladies, and I received a gift for me and my riding partner. So that's really nice. And I think when Kevin and I did the Iowa thing, only one shop gave me something for my birthday, and it was really pretty. It was a great little goodie bag. But they didn't offer one to Kevin though. But they did. One place did give it to me, because we told them in every store, because of course they were signing the quilt top. So, and I probably went into probably somewhere around the neighborhood, just averaging out 10 stores on the day of my birthday, maybe. And only one of them actually gave it to me. So that was really cool. But yeah, so that's it, guys, for our sewing chat today. If anybody got any questions, now would be the time. You got less than 4 minutes for me to still be live here with you guys. I'm going to go cook me something to eat. It's been another long day for me. I packaged orders. I had scrap quilting club last Saturday, and so I had all of the financials and cataloging, trying to get my Excel sheet set up for that. So it was a long day at the computer. Then I ran to the bank, deposit all of those checks. I did have my husband do the post office run for me, so that was really nice. I didn't have to do that one. But then my daughter called, and her and the grandbaby dropped by for a little while, and so I got to um, change a blowout on jersey. I have never seen. I didn't understand what a blowout is, and I never experienced that. And yeah, she had her first one here, of course. And who's changing the diaper was grandma. Okay, and this is another funny story, but she, of course, stuff was everywhere. Okay, I'm not gonna say you know what stuff is. It was everywhere. My daughter's like, I'm just throwing away this receiving blanket. I'm throwing away this baby's onesie. She talking about she gonna throw this stuff away. I said, girl, we finna clean wash this stuff. And she talking about, I don't want that stuff. She got too much clothes. I am not taking that. Do you know I soaked that little stuff in the sink and that stuff come out? When my daughter was a baby, I used diapers because I was too cheap to pay for Pampers, okay? And plus, it's better for our environment. But anyway, I'm used to washing baby poop, I guess. I was not happy about a blowout, but I mean, this stuff was everywhere. And my daughter being the new parent, this is the first time, and she don't even understand. What if she has it, she's got a lot of clothes, because a lot of people that had girls had given her a lot of newborn clothes. A lot of them were new, had never been worn. And so she does have a lot of clothes. But this is a cute little onesie that she can still wear. I don't think she has she don't have a whole lot of onesie type things. She has a lot of clothes. And so, but onesies are staples. So I got that in the wash machine. I soaked it in the sink, and so it's now in the wash machine. But I just thought I'd share that with y'all, with these younger parents nowadays just throwing stuff away. It's like, are you crazy? But I had never seen a blowout before. And I think the reason why they do that is because they don't give babies water like they used to. It's all in the breast milk or the formula. So you have to drink water, and then it's in the formula as well. They don't give water bottles like we used to. Because I'm like, I don't recall blowouts. So that was just strange to me. But and Nicole says sounds like her daughter and her grandson. Yep. Nobody, you girl, you at grandma's house. We ain't throwing nothing away. And I washed it. I hand washed it in the sink, and then I took it. It's in the wash machine now. Now she'll have to rewash it when I give it to her with the baby shampoo. But I wanted to make sure that I had, because I used regular Tide and I use OxyClean. So she's got to now take that out and wash it with the baby detergent so that it can go back on the baby skin. But you know, you need some serious stuff when it's time to wash poop. So, but yeah. So guess what, guys? We're gonna go ahead and leave. Thank you all so much for watching. You all stay blessed, be safe, quilt out, and happy belated birthday, Ray. And I sent you an old throwback picture. You didn't even respond. Check your email, your text message. I mean, bye bye.